Ah. Hey everybody, we're back. Apologies for the stream going down. My internet apparently is still a little bit twitchy. In the time that you've been gone, the Pies have taken the lead 1-0 against the Moist Talkers. And I am going to take another bite of Chinese food. But yes, if someone in the chat could confirm or deny, one of these teams has the benefit where they have to be struck out 4 times, right? Or maybe not. I'm not sure. I know that's one of the boons. Okay, we're back. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, taking a bite. All right, come on, Eugenia Garbage. Let's go. You got this. 2 outs. Bright Zimmerman. Yeah. No way. Bright Zimmerman really holding down the fort for the Pies as the pitcher. Only 1.5 stars, so I think we have a chance. But what about Ortiz? Yeah, our pitcher is a half-star pitcher, so definitely going to be a challenge. I would expect I guess that the odds are reflective of how well the batting lineups for both teams line up against a really weak pitcher. And I guess the lineup for the Philly Pies is probably much, much stronger. We really kind of needed to close out the series last game in order to have a really solid shot at taking things out. But I'm still rooting for the Moist Talkers. Ooh, okay, we got a walk already. It's really unfortunate that that Ortiz is on the mound here. Yeah, this could be a real heartbreaker. You know, really close series. Overall, I think we were favored to win this, and I don't know if we can close it out. Oof. Okay, double play. We oh no. Okay, that's yeah. No, that was good for us. That was good for us. We were on defense. Okay, immediate single. That's great. That's great. Love to see it. We're at the bottom of the inning here, so we should. We got a couple of 1 stars here, but we'll see how things go. I don't know if we. I mean, I have not. I'm just imagining again, like the environmental storytelling of this game is absolutely incredible. All right, I looked away for a second, but I know we're in the lead now. I mean, you know, 37% of the time we win every time. So I think we got a shot here. Yeah, do not feed the birds. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna set up the call. 1 second. I will give you a ring over Discord. That'll give me an opportunity to eat more delicious Chinese food leftovers for breakfast.
Okay, test, test, test. Let's see.
Okay, so I've got Rinsler on the call here. I'm going to eat some more Chinese food, and he's going to take it away and commentate some stuff, give us some deep lore, and take it away, man.
Yeah. Okay. So, season one, this game was a lot more normal and a lot more like what you would imagine a game called baseball would be like. Um, if in the
I'm
shop, if
I'm
you
very
just go
glad
into the
that's
shop,
over. I'm very very glad that's over.
no, yes, yeah. If you just real quick, if you click over to the shop, so that people can see, you should have the option to buy participation in the election, I believe. A membership card first. So this is something that looks like you've missed. So buy the membership card, and then you'll see a few other things, uh, of which you can buy votes. So voting rights is one thing. So you need at least one ticket, and then that will unlock the election. High roller snake oil will increase your maximum bet. Passive income potion will increase the amount of coins you get as you go. Peanuts is a new option. Squirrel of devouring is a new option. Um, and then begging is also a boon for people who are low on coins. Um, it's a nifty little thing they've got going on here. Um, the election uh, was or is where they have two different parts to the election. This has been in place since season one. Um, the There's decrees that you can vote on, which everyone collectively votes on, and then I think this time the highest two, and last time the highest two will go into effect. The first time there were three options, and only one of them went into effect. There's the decrees, and that's just whichever one gets the highest percentage of votes amongst everything. And then the secondary portion of the election are the blessings. Um, the blessings are things like stat increases. I think in season one there were six. One of them was steal the best hitter in the league. One of them was steal the best pitcher in the league. One of them was maximize a random batter on your team. One of them was maximize a random pitcher on your team. One of them was increase your team stats overall by I think 8%, and then the sixth one was randomize the five worst players on your team. And it's and it did it in the way we found it afterwards. That was one at a time. So it took the worst player in your team and randomized it and did that five times. It was the Tigers who ended up getting that blessing. And funnily enough, one of their players got randomized and was still the worst player on their team. So it randomized them again. Right. So um, it's the way the blessings work. So the decrees, it's just the highest percentage voted on collectively. The blessings, however, each blessing has its own pool of votes. Everybody votes on all of the blessings. You can put your votes wherever you want, and then they pick one ticket. It's a raffle, one ticket out of the um, maximize hitter bucket, for example. And whichever team that was that voted for that, they get that blessing. The Tigers got that one. Shoot, I can't remember which ones they were, but the way that the execution order for the blessings goes is um, is in order of the regular season standings. So at the end of season one, the Magic was the best team in the league. They got swept by the Flowers in round one of the playoffs. I was very disappointed as a Magic fan myself to see that happen. But so we got ours first, and it was max. It was 8% increase across the board on the whole team. Then I think I can't remember exactly the order, but I think the Crabs maximized their pitcher, who I was Polka Dot Patterson, and then the Pies stole them afterwards because they were then the best pitcher in the league, right? So in reverse order, the Pies, who came in, I think, as the eighth seed in the playoffs and ended up winning the whole thing, got to steal the best pitcher afterwards. It's the funny like they got robbed. They got straight up robbed. Um, uh, so yeah, it was hilarious. The same thing happened with the batter. The best batter in the league got boosted, and then the Tigers stole them. I think is what it was, but I can't remember. Um, anyway, um, so Polka Dot was okay. I had it backwards. The Crabs must have stolen Polka Dot Pattersons. is what it was. So whoever had Polka Dot Patterson got him boosted, and then he was stolen by the Crabs, and then was subsequently stolen by the Moist Talkers.
Okay, I was about to say, because
two blessings.
Yeah, I was about to say, because the only thing I know about this game is that Polka
now.
Dot Patterson is now on my team. So
Yes.
the birds are very loud.
So I can't remember all three of the options, but the decrees in season one of them was relegation, which takes the worst team in the league, which I think was the Crabs, and takes them out and replaces them with a new team. Okay, which we avoided. It was also was an option again for season 2, which was the Lovers, who is now a monster of a team. There was relegation. I can't remember the second option. And then the third option was open the forbidden book, which is how we've gotten where we are today. Because obviously, everyone opened the book. It was by and far the most chosen option.
Yeah, if the commissioner, if an entire sport tells you that you should not open the forbidden book, you gotta open that book.
Yeah,
look,
and we sure did.
Yeah,
we sure did. I voted for this.
I voted for this. I made this happen.
And so here, Juice, if you can pull this up real quick on stream, I'll send this to you in Discord.
Okay.
This is from the commissioner himself, on kind of how we got to where we are.
Okay.
It's just 4 screenshots of Twitter.
Oh wait. Oh shoot. It didn't. Okay, hold on. Gotta fix this.
Click on the link itself.
Yeah. Hey, Blaseball comms. What's in the book? Don't know. Didn't open it. It's forbidden. I hope we can open it soon. What? No. Seriously, please vote for something else. No. Book opens. Solar eclipse. Umpire's eyes turn white. Star player Jalen Hot Dog Fingers is incinerated. Hellmouth swallows the Moab Desert.
And then the discipline era begins. I think it's just
you lost control of the umps, and we will all feel the consequences. How is this my fault? I asked you all not to open it.
And this is where the commissioner is doing a great job has come from, because everybody is obviously criticizing the commissioner because Blaseball players are getting incinerated left and right, and he's like, I think I'm doing a great job. Like, I asked you all not to open it. How is this my fault? It's great. That was the decree that got selected, and then I recap the blessings real quick. Season 2 takes place entirely in a solar eclipse.
Mm-hmm. I remember that being mentioned in the chat. Very good.
The Hellmouth sunbeams were originally the Moab sunbeams. Moab was swallowed by Hellmouth, right? And so like the ticker at the top of the thing, like one of the things on the ticker was VIP season ticket pass is now available for Hellmouth, right? Like, they're doing good with all this. So season 2, among the decrees, again, I can't remember all of them, but one of the decrees, that there's two decrees that went into effect. One of them, I think relegation was still one of them. One of them, which went into effect, was the 4th strike, which the 4 worst teams in the league now have the 4th strike for the entirety of the next season, which is season 3. They now have 4 strikes instead of 3.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. We're at the top of the 7th. Moist Talkers, Eugenia Garbage is up to bat. We got 2 runners on base, tied up 2-2. 2 balls. This is where all my old baseball hype comes out. 3 balls now. 3 balls now. We may have bases loaded. Get out of here, birds. No. Don't you fuck this up for me, birds. Okay. Whew. Okay. Moist Talkers in the lead. Sorry. It's very important that the Moist Talkers win. I'm gonna throw it back to you. We've got 2 outs. Things have calmed down a little bit. So
yeah, talk over me, and I'll pause whenever things exciting happen. I'll let you commentate over me. But so the decrees for season 2, Arashi reminded me of one of them. Enhanced Shame was one of them. I remember referencing it on Twitter earlier. The Enhanced Shame, what that did is it counted all of the shame points that were awarded. So basically the difference. Once shame started, all of the points that were scored, which for the people who don't know, shame is if a half inning starts, so the bottom of whatever inning, if it starts, it must be finished. Unlike what you would imagine the game of baseball would be like, if a team is mathematically eliminated, the game would just be over. They would just stop there. There's no point to continue. In Blaseball, they do continue, and it enters the shame period, and you are shamed. You must finish the inning, regardless. So we've seen countless runs go up in shame innings where there's no point to continue this, but you must. Enhanced Shame would have awarded your opponent's team for the next game the shame points you gave up.
Right.
So say you lost by 3 because 12-9 in the bottom of the 9th, you were shamed 3 points. The next game, your opponent, whoever your opponent was, whether it's the same team in the same series or the next team in the next series, the next game, they would start 3-0.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't care about who you're facing. It's just carried over.
I don't know for sure. We won't ever know for sure because the action's gone. We didn't get it. But it was worded in a way, it just said the next game. It didn't say in the series or anything like that. It just said next game, they had that many points to start. We avoided the Enhanced Shame. I didn't want that to happen because I had been shamed a few times watching them get shamed, and I didn't want to have that risk because it snowballs basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Loss, a back-breaking penalty, really.
Yeah.
Kennedy Cena, God damn you. 2 runners on base now. Poor Ortiz Morris, the rookie on the Moist Talkers team, just absolutely having to the entire world is on his shoulders right now, and
we need a Moist Talkers win here.
Oh, come on, we need this. I need this to happen. Oh no! Okay, Beasley Day. What's Beasley Day like? Okay, a 3-star batter. No, it's all coming. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. Okay, Ortiz, come on, Ortiz. All right, Ortiz needs all your energy, please. If you love the sport of baseball, please hope for Ortiz. Oh, okay.
Let us continue. Oh, thank you.
All right. Whew.
All right, let's see what the Moist Talkers can do to get out of here.
Oh my God. Okay, trailing to top of the 8th. Not many more opportunities here. We're at the bottom of the Moist Talkers lineup here, so that's all right. We've just got Lachlan kind of. Oh no, not a great start. Immediate first out fly ball. Lachlan up to bat.
you got a few bang up batters coming through.
Yeah. But we're gonna only get started with 2 outs on. It's gonna be really tough to go through the rotation and really rack up the score unless we got dual home runs here.
Unfortunately, not.
Yeah. Just tragic. I mean, the Pies aren't in that much better a spot in terms of their pitcher, but their pitcher is at least 1.5 stars. Okay.
He's doing a little bit of something.
Yeah, Peanut on. Oh no! It's already back. It's already. Oh, bottom of the 8th. Oh no! Yeah. All my hopes and dreams.
Yeah, eat some of those peanuts. Juice.
Yeah, does that?
I can fill you in a little bit on those. If you just click on them, it says "crack it open." You'll eat them.
All right, I've consumed 1 peanut.
It may help. It's so good.
Should I have been eating peanuts this whole time? Is that
maybe?
Did I doom my team because I didn't eat sufficient peanuts? Oh, Blaseball gods, let it not end like this. Oh no.
So with
2 runners on, 1 out, we really need a triple play. We need a triple. We need a double right now. Oh God, third base. No. Okay, foul. That's good. We'll take it. The pressure. Okay. Ooh! Double play, big double play. Top of the ninth. Moist Talkers have a last shot here. We got Bright Zimmerman pitching. Just 1.5 stars. Elijah Bates. What do we got? Elijah Bates, 3-star batter. We can start this inning off nice. No, no, no. Please. Elijah. God damn it. Okay, I didn't believe in Elijah. Simon, you got this. You got this, Simon. Yeah, 1 ball. Eagle eye. No!
It hurts.
Not like this. Please. Please. Joe Voorhees. Young Joe Voorhees. Everything riding on Joe. Too nervous. Swings at the first ball. Okay. Settling down now. Good eye, Joe. Foul ball. Staying alive. Keep
on that one, man.
Oh, come on, Joe. Oh, and that's it. That's it. We're in the shame phase. Oh no, it just. I guess
that was the top of the ninth.
I see. Okay.
So you didn't start the bottom, so you didn't have to finish the bottom.
I see. Okay. Oh, tragic.
The game was
tragic. Just a
carry on.
Rough end to a beautiful series there. Ah, damn it.
Okay. So to finish up on what happened at season 2 and what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Season 2, the decree choices were well, let me go over blessings first. The blessing choices for season 2, we had a lot of the same ones where overall team boost. There was the maximize your batter, maximize a pitcher, steal the best pitcher, steal the best batter, randomize the 5 worst players on your team. However, the names had changed because remember, we've opened the book at this point.
Right.
The overall team increase, which I can't remember what it was called. I think it might have been just PEDs as a joke. But they've renamed it to performance enhancing demons. And it had
way better. Much better.
Yes, it had like it looks like they're using like one of those Lovecraftian chanting translators, and they have just some like weird like chant thing. It's not English, but it's plus 8% team overall, so it's the same effect. The pitching, 10% increase to team pitching was called pseudo thumbs. Pseudo thumbs first from the skin of the opposite side of your pitcher's hands. So now right, like
beautiful. Love it all.
Maximize. Yeah, the maximize a hitter was called Gunblade Bat, where
no,
you
that's
now
right.
get a Gunblade Bat for one of them, which has happened. The randomized pitch, the random pitcher maximize was called Literal Arm Cannon, where their arm turned literally into a cannon. The randomized for 5 worst players on your team was renamed Soul Swap, and it was described as they won't stop screaming. They added a few other ones, like increasing your base running percentage, your team defense. There's a few other things that they did. The blessings went through, same as normal. One other blessing happened, and that was the blood sacrifice, which was new. Your team sacrifices a fan from the stands. The gods show favor. Your team will win all tiebreakers. They have a list that I can grab. I can find it somewhere, but they have basically it's just a list of the 20 teams in order of their the divine favor of the gods is what the list is described as, and so it's just the number one. It's the list in order of favor, and basically it determines tiebreakers. The blood sacrifice, which was awarded to the pies, boosted them to the top of the list, and this is strictly for. As far as I know, the only time this ever comes into play is for playoff seeding and team selection. If you're tied, it just goes based on in the order of that list. The number one team on the list, which is the Pies, will win all tiebreakers. Next is whatever.
Right.
So that one happened, and then the decrees. We had relegation again. We had the enhanced shame. We had the 4th strike. We had I want to say there was a fifth one that I can't remember, and then peanuts was the other one. It just said peanuts, didn't say anything else. So peanuts obviously was selected. As you can see, we have peanuts in play now. So peanuts was selected, and fourth strike was selected. So fourth strike gave the four worst teams, which were the Kansas City Breath Mints, the Hellmouth, the now Hellmouth Sunbeams, the New York Millennials, and was it the Crabs, the Baltimore Crabs?
I don't know.
No, the Lovers. It was the Lovers.
Oh, it was the Love. Okay.
Those four. So it was the Lovers, the Breath Mints, the Millennials, and the Sunbeams. Those unlocked the fourth strike, which played out as it did. And the Lovers, like I said, they got a couple of blessings as well, and are a monster of a team. Funnily enough, if you remember how I described the blessings, it's just a raffle that's pulled.
Right.
The performance enhancing demons was awarded to the Lovers, 8% overall. It tells you the number of votes and the percentage of the winner. So like it's, there was 45,000 votes for PEDs,
right.
And the Lovers won it, and it tells you they won it with 0% of the vote. Which if you did the math, I don't remember exactly what you did the math, they put in like 40 votes for that. Out of however many, it was less than 1%, so it couldn't have been more than 40 because 45 or something like that. It also tells you who had the most votes in there. The Baltimore Crabs had 17% of that vote, right? So it's just some extra funny things for you to know about.
Oh my god!
And so the Lovers with the fourth strike, the percent overall increase. I think they got another one as well. And so they had a number of improvements there. Bloodlust. The hitting stats for one of their players is maxed.
Right.
Okay, so that all happened, and now we have peanuts, right? And so, there was it's called it said the discipline era, which is what started when we opened the book, and then it said something else. I can't remember what it was. It was like redemption or something like that underneath it. Because I think if you look at the book where everything's redacted, under section 5, should the participants open the forbidden book, it's got all of this redacted text, sufferings, more redacted, banished, more redacted, the discipline era shall last until blank atoned, right? I don't know what all of that says, but if you look down at 5E, it says if at any time some redacted text here, atone some more redacted text, and then 1 million peanuts. So I think the we can infer here that consuming 1 million peanuts or doing something with 1 million peanuts will possibly atone for opening the forbidden book in the discipline era. Shortly after we started, that 5G there that you're looking at, sportsmanship is it was redacted, and that is no longer redacted. It just says dead.
So the book, the rule book is becoming more clarified in some instances.
Slowly, and I don't know all of the instances. That's the only instance I know that something has been more revealed.
You have to dig into the Wayback Machine, internet Wayback Machine.
I'm sure people are keeping record of what is there and what is
textual analysis on the book.
Yeah. 2A also, by the way, references the divine favor of the gods. If you go back to the book there, postseasons, each postseason of Blaseball shall consist of 8 teams, based on their blank, which is the divine favor of the gods. And then I think it's the C blank is probably reference to the blood sacrifice as well, C blood sacrifice or something like that.
As you would. It's the most obvious connection. I mean,
yeah. Then So peanuts happened shortly after, and this is why it says uncertainty at the top, and why the peanut is taking over the page. So you saw that at some point, somebody, and I don't know if this is real or if this is just a part of the story, but they had screenshots of like some of like the database values, and someone had somehow given themselves negative infinity peanuts. Right. And I don't know if because they were changing things around. The servers keep going down for the siestas. Yeah, this is one of the. For example, I have -9 peanuts right now. And so they were talking about the let me see how they described it. Let me pull it up real quick if I can find it. Um, announcements.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the peanut fraud, right? So they were like peanut fraud. The cheaters of the peanut fraud stole from you all. We're trying to fix their mistakes and appease the shelled one, right? The peanut fraud cheaters killed sportsmanship, and I think this might have been what revealed sportsmanship is dead. You must resurrect it. You must appease the shelled one. Abuse will not be tolerated. I actually, as a joke, went on Twitter and replied, and I was like, it's me. What do I do to fix this? Because I had -9 peanuts. Because at one point in the shop, they had changed things around. If you look at the shop now, it's 1 million coins for 1 million peanuts.
Yeah.
A bucket of 1 million peanuts, which is
fantastic.
fun to think about.
It's beautiful.
It was Rashi, I did the same thing. It was originally 1 coin for 1 peanut, and then they changed it for a while. There were 10 coins for 10 peanuts, and then there was -10 coins for -10 peanuts. So I bought 10 peanuts, and then I ate one. So I had 9 peanuts. I ate 9, so I had 1 peanut left, and then whenever it had -10 coins for -10 peanuts, I clicked it, and it processed and told me I had -9 peanuts and got 10 coins for it. I clicked it again just to see. I clicked it again and it told me I had -19 peanuts and got 10 coins for it. But my peanut total stayed at -9. So I kept clicking it and it kept giving me 10 coins and setting me to -19 peanuts, which I think reverted automatically. And so I got maybe 200 coins for it because I clicked it. And they were changing things like live on the site while I was clicking this. And so it went away. And then they changed it to 1 million peanuts for 1 million coins, so I can't buy any peanuts anymore because I don't have 1 million coins. So I'm stuck at -9. I can't eat any.
You gotta grind. You gotta grind, man.
Yeah. But there's also, they've added the squirrel of devouring, where you can eat 2 peanuts at once instead of just 1 because you have a peanut hungry squirrel on your side.
That's right.
And so like I said, I think the intention is to eat 1 million peanuts, but they set it to 1 million. You have to buy 1 million at once, which I don't know if anybody's ever going to try to do. I don't know how long it'll take to get that.
I'm sure some intrepid Blaseball fan is out there right now, just absolutely grinding their way to.
Possibly. I'd have to do the math to see if it's even possible. I didn't have the best of luck with betting, but you can buy high roller snake oil to increase your bet amount. And the maximum that you can have is 800 coins in one bet, which I have. And I think I'm doing pretty well for myself. I don't know everybody. I'd have to see. Just poll people because there's no way to check this publicly, but ask around. But I think I'm doing pretty good. I know people have more than me because some people in Magic have more money than me. But I have 68,000 coins. I started the season with 8,000. I kept 8,000 after buying a bunch of votes. So I netted, at this point I've netted 60,000 coins, and I didn't do the best, right? There was a lot of times where I lost a lot of money. So I want to say I want to say that if you had 800 as your max bet and you bet perfectly, because quick math, 99 games a season, there's 10 games a day, that's 9,900 games, right? And if you bet 800 and you win every one of them, I'd say let's average it out and just assume you double your money every time,
right?
Or you can bet, what is it, if you bet 800 a game, that's 8 on 10 games, it's 8,000 that you can make every week,
right,
or every day,
Thanks for
across
tuning
99 days.
Thanks for tuning in, Nathaniel. Pleasure to have you in the chat. I'm glad you enjoyed ? The stream.
So if we assume that you can make 8,000 a day across 100 days, that's 800,000. So you could almost get there. So I think it's mathematically was possible, but you'd have to be perfect. And I doubt somebody managed to do that. It'd be incredibly tough. So the election now, we have Blaze running. Each stolen base gives you 0.1 points, which I would like. Last season we had 2 of the, I think the Shoe Thieves and the Magic both had 2 each in the top 5 of stolen bases, which is a couple of, it basically would break ties, wouldn't because I don't think we ever had more than 10 in a game, so it wouldn't be a full extra point, but could break a tie here and there. But let's see what else has happened. So the weather after we opened the book, the entirety of season 2 was played in a solar eclipse. Umpires, their icons in the Discord, it was just a black umpire, like a black umpire mask, right?
Yeah.
But that has been changed to red, and the slot where their eyes are is now like glowing white. And you've seen they've started incinerating people, right? That started the season.
Yeah.
They'll just incinerate someone, and for what reason, who knows? It says a rogue umpire did it, so it doesn't seem to be something that's deserved.
Right.
But it could be that, they argued with the umpire, and instead of ejecting the player, they decided to incinerate them, and that was their rogue action.
Right.
Rather than just being completely unwarranted. Who knows? We won't ever really know. Unless they decide to tell us.
That's the thing. We need to go back. We need like the ticker, like the play-by-play ticker. We need the lore, right? We need to
somebody to have recorded all of that.
Yeah, we need to dig into that and really identify, like, based on the incineration, go back, see what happened during the game. Was that player involved in any particular, events or whatnot? So, damn, but it's good. What a beautiful sport. What an absolutely wonderful event. Like.
Yeah. So with season 3, we also have added to the weather so many birds, I think is what it's described as.
Yeah.
And peanuts, right? So we've got peanuts. Lots of birds is how they call it. They just call it lots of birds. There's solar eclipse, there's lots of birds, and there's peanuts. You'll see the event of the birds. I don't know how the birds affect the game yet. I don't know how solar eclipses affect the game yet either.
Right.
Peanuts, I do know because I've seen it. There will occasionally be an event where a stray peanut will make its way into the mouth of one of the players, and they will either have an allergic reaction, which decreases their stats by a bit. I think it's a total of 1 star. Okay. So they do have, the star is a representation of their overall stats,
right?
But there are actually stats. I know this for sure, because some people have done some data mining and they posted. I don't read too much into it because I don't want to know the behind the scenes stuff too much. But I do know that there are individual stats. One of them I do know is base thirst, which I would like to think has something to do with their penchant for stealing. And that's the only one that I can remember. That's really funny. So an allergic reaction to the peanuts will decrease their stats, their actual stats, by an overall of 1 star.
Okay.
One of them is anti-capitalism. I do know that as well, and I think that I don't know what that affects. There's some speculation what that affects, but thwackability and unthwackability are 2 more. Thank you. I do. Yeah, these are some great stats.
Oh my God, Arashi really with the lore. Thank you so much. This is. Oh, like one of the best things about baseball is, so here's the thing, like, this takes me so far back of, like, you being on this cast, it takes me so far back to, like, it's like when I first started getting into, like, football, right? Like, and I'd go with a friend of mine who's really into football, has been watching football with his family for a really, really long time, would sit down, and it would just, like, most of the game would be him describing the rules and, like, what happened and what's being attempted. And this is 100% exactly what it feels like. It's like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. It's like, oh, I'll start noticing that in the future. So I'm just really super delighted about everything that's happening right
now. The alternate to the allergic reaction to the peanuts, which I've seen this a few times, is a yummy reaction, which increases their stats by 1 star. And it's been speculated, I don't know, but it's been speculated that eating peanuts during the game will increase the chance of something happening with peanuts for your team. I don't know if it flips the odds from it being an allergic reaction to a yummy reaction, or if it just increases the frequency of peanut events during the games where peanuts are. But it's, and I don't even know if it has any effect at all. But that's what some people have said, that it seems like, or something. So again, just I'm they've got on the Discord they have a watch party chat
Okay.
that moves way too fast for me, where people are just spamming a bunch of things about things.
So just very briefly, sorry, I'm getting this is
Yeah, here we go.
hot off the presses here. Thank you very much, Arashi, for sharing this. Hackers in the Discord, which what a beautiful just take a moment to just savor this sentence. Hackers in the Discord found the Blaseball player stats, and I'm in love with them. Anti-capitalism, base thirst, buoyancy, chasiness, coldness, continuation, divinity. I love the beauty of this is like that a lot of them are like stuff like ground friction is like 100% like some deeply obscure sports stat that I could totally see like being a thing, but also you've got omniscience and overpowerment. Shakespeareanism. Oh my god, what a greatest splort. The most beautiful. That's why they call it the most beautiful splort on earth. It's just too good. It's just too good.
It truly is something else, man. And like it hit the right part of Twitter that pulled in a lot of like creatives, and so you like there's like I sent you the Grand on Slam art, right?
Yeah.
Like, like in the middle of like like it's I don't know, man. It's just like all of this is spectacular, and like
it's phenomenal.
There's a lot of player lore that's just being made up by people. Like I'm in in the Discord, I'm on the Magic thing, and like in the Magic thing, people are talking right now. Like we had a player on our team who's a pitcher, and he was a half-star pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Famous O'Connor.
Okay.
And he was bad, and we all hated him. And because like anytime he's playing, we lose. It's like he's the worst. He's a half-star pitcher. It's useless. All of our other pitchers are at least 1 star, possibly better. And so it was again, all of this is just imagined by the people. We talk about it and we kind of come up with a consensus and throw it up on the wiki that they have, where the O'Connor family owned the team, and Famous O'Connor was his position on the team may or may not have been related to that. We're not sure.
Yeah.
It was never confirmed, but he was bad.
Yeah, it's like
team, these are all facts, and that's all that we'll say, right? And then one time he was incinerated in the middle of a game. He was incinerated, and he was replaced by Corey 12, a 1-star pitcher who is also bad, and we also do not like. But at that point, it was like, what are the O'Connor family going to do? Are they, is this something? Are they going to continue to own the team? Are they going to get rid of it because they, because of the heartache involved, whatever? And I think the latest story is that they've sold the team. It's the Yellowstone Magic. They've sold the team to the Park Rangers, or something like that, right? So now it's it's fully owned by Yellowstone. Another funny thing that we've come up with is the name of our stadium is the Yellowstone Park, and then in parentheses ballpark, and that is located in it's the Yellowstone National Park. The Yellowstone National Park in parentheses ballpark, like because the wiki, how it has like in parentheses this or whatever. So it's the Yellowstone National Park ballpark, which is located inside the Yellowstone National Park, and then in parentheses park. So funny. And like season 1, we were the number 1 seed going into the postseason, and we got swept by the Flowers. Season 2, we started off, we won our first game, and we lost the next 6. So we were one of the worst teams. We were only beating out the Crabs, who was the worst team in season 2, for a while. They ended up pulling out of it, but for a while they were at the bottom. They had it took them a while to win their first game.
Right.
So like we ended up by the end of the season pulling it out and coming, and we were 1 game behind the Shoe Thieves going into the postseason. We almost tied them. Had we tied them, they had the tiebreaker, so we had to have gone up a game. But just the wild fluctuation of how good the Magic is, we've decided has something to do with the position of the park, because it has a procession. It moves around the Yellowstone National Park naturally.
Right. Yep. That
And
makes
so
sense.
it's put the position to the Geyser Old Faithful
Yep.
plays a part in how well we play at any given moment.
I mean that just makes sense, right?
Yeah,
You've
no,
got
absolutely.
it's this place of power, right?
Yeah,
Obviously, the ley lines
there's
are
a lot
ever
of
shifting.
going.
Your best warlocks aren't going to be able to predict every movement of the firmament and the lines of power, but you know, if the magic can't do it, then who else can, right? You know,
Right.
that's basically.
Yeah, it's some funny stuff, man. We have a multitude of mascots, which is just animals that exist in Yellowstone National Park with a magic hat photoshopped onto them. One of them is a bison named my dad. It's out of control. It started season 1 when this thing first started. When I first joined the Discord, there was like 70, 80 people in the Discord. I want to say probably a few hundred people that were participating in Blaseball as a whole. Not everybody in the Discord, obviously, but some people who were there at this point now. Like if I go in there and I go to the Just Watch party, which is everything,
Yeah.
and I see like member list, there are 2,600 people online. Like it's nuts. This thing is blown up,
Yeah,
and
it's wonderful.
it moves way too fast, and so I stick around. I mostly stick around if I'm ever in there, is in just the Discord for the Magic itself, because there's less than 200 people online there. But like even
Yeah.
still, that moves almost too fast for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's such a wonderfully nonsensically exciting sport. Like I really like. I mean, I don't know. It really strikes me as being very similar to baseball. Like the experience of watching it
Yeah, yeah,
is actually incredibly faithful to that sport. But like something about there's just like it's basically like the Twitter version of baseball. Like you have shipping wars, you've got like the amount of artists who are cranking out simply just beautiful artwork and fantastic like lore, all of this stuff you've talked about, like all of the fans of specific teams, like you for the Magic and for other people sharing like their like you get like how can you not there's just something so beautiful about like somebody named Felix Garbage, and there's a couple of garbages. I think one of the other garbages
yeah,
is on the Moist Talkers, and we've got a couple of telephones, right?
yeah.
Of course, legendary player
Oh,
Jessica Telephone.
um, I saw you noticed in the game against the Pies, you saw Peanut Holloway. That's
Okay.
another thing that changed when we activated Peanuts. There were 3 players in the league. Two of them named Dan. That the name Dan was replaced with Peanut. So it was Dan Holloway, who is now Peanut Holloway. There was 2 other ones. There was another Dan, and then there was a player who had his name wasn't Dan, but the DAN phrase was like those 3 characters back to back was a part of his name, and I'm trying to find him now because his name is Peanut something now.
I was hoping it was going to be a find and replace. Like they were like
No,
Jordan, and now
no,
they're
it was.
Jor Peanut.
It is.
Like
Right. Yeah, yeah. No, that's exactly what it was. It was a find and
that's
replace, and that's what it's
amazing.
a
Yes.
feature for the Miami Dale, Peanut Bong. So his name was Dan Bong before. Where is the other one? I will find him.
Oh, I think
Um,
Arashi in the chat might have Peanutial Duffy's on the
yeah,
Tigers. Seth
Daniel,
Adams, thank you
that's
very
right.
much.
Daniel.
Combs Duende is a player for the Baltimore Crabs. Combs Duende is not related to Seattle Garage's player Theodore Duende. The two are simply good friends who are both members of the Duende species. Oh, what a splort. What a beautiful game this is. And thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you. First of all, like Rinsler, I really have to thank you in particular for joining me on the
Yeah,
cast.
no, absolutely. I'm very glad that I could.
It's been absolutely delightful. Extra special shout outs as well to Arashi in the chat, who has been sharing some incredibly deep lore as well. Beautiful to see. Thank you so much for enriching this experience. I've learned an immense amount in a very short amount of time. But what I knew before all of that is that this is just fantastic. Like, I was literally watching, like, I can't overstate the fact that I was on the edge of my seat for that Millennials versus Pi game. Like, I could not stop. I could not, like, I joined today. I knew I put my whole heart and soul behind the Canada Moist Talkers. Of course, local pride, gotta root for them. Spray it, don't say it. But that 15 inning grinding, like, grindhouse, that 2-2, I think it was like 2-2 since like the first or second or third inning, something incredibly early in the game, and then just the back and forth, and like, oh my god, it was just breathtaking to watch. And then seeing that like like explosive conclusion where it's just like 3-run homer, you know, bottom of the 15th, just amazing. Or I guess it would be top of the 15th to close things out. Oh my god, such a great event. If you're in the chat and you haven't already, please start participating in the cultural event known as Blaseball. I can't talk it up enough. It's simply the best. Simply the best.
The like I said, the creativity of all the people involved just to create the lore is just spectacular, and it like it manifests itself in some great ways. Like let me give you one more example that I think is really funny for the Magic, again, the team I'm the most well versed in.
Yeah.
The Corey 12, the pitcher who replaced Famous O'Connor whenever he was incinerated. The guys, they wanted to come up with something. The last name 12, we wanted to make him a robot, basically. So Corey 12, so CORY-12 as opposed to CORY space 12 spelled out as his name, right? But we couldn't find a fitting acronym for that, and so somebody was like, you know, I can come up with a few things, but the Y throws an issue there. And I was like, the Y stands for Yellowstone. Come on, guys. And then, like, not even 5 minutes later, someone comes in, and I'm gonna post it in the chat in YouTube. But the Center of Volcanology Research at Yellowstone was the thing, but the O is volcanology, but they had a typo. So they put OFV space volcanology. And once they flashed the firmware, it was in there, and he was like, oops, there's a typo. Oh well. And so he's Corey 12, the Center of Volcanology Research Yellowstone, right? It's just like it took someone a few minutes to come up with that whenever I said, just make the Y Yellowstone, right? I didn't have any idea of what to do, right? But the Y stands for Yellowstone, it's clear and obvious.
That's it,
right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Then, like this much I know.
right. And it's just like, I don't know, we've got like a picture on the wiki of it's a baseball card. Someone put it into a baseball card. And it's a Mars rover with a glove and a wizard hat. Like, it's just like, you know.
Oh my
it's good
god.
stuff. Calibration is off, and that's why he pitches terribly.
It's too good. Yeah, no, like 35, 20, 25 in the chat. Absolutely. You're correct. Terrified that this will awaken something in me. You're right to be scared, but like every new thing is scary, right? And then once you kind of let go and like allow yourself to be caught up in it, I can't recommend it enough. Yeah. Sports. Yeah, absolutely, Daniel. Yeah, sports is often about telling stories, and this game sounds like it generates the wildest stories. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there is just enough. A lot of the game, even though we're talking about like umpires incinerating people, and there's just like one of the weather events is lots of birds. The base of the game is very simple. Like it is literally just like a series of RNGs running like a baseball simulator. And you know, a lot of the tickers are just like, oh, you know, strike looking, or you know, like a ground out to whatever. But the yeah, there's just enough weirdness that it like there's like enough that it's not there that you can fill in stuff by yourself. Like your brain just wants to put stories in there. Like again, that 15 inning game, just like as soon as it was over, I was like, my God, that'd be such a crushing way to lose for the Millennials. You know, what's their next game going to be like? How are they going to recover? Like mentally, how do you recover from that kind of a game? And it's all just RNGs. Like it's going to be whatever it is. But like I just had this flash of like, because oh sorry, that was the other thing too. It was the last game. I think I'm remembering this wrong. Or actually, sorry, no. There was some game that ended just recently. It was 3 balls, 3 strikes, but they had the 4 strike rule, so they weren't struck out yet. 2 outs. There was a runner on third, and the game ended with an attempted steal for home base that was thrown out. And in my mind, the only thing I could see was like this, like, what happens in the locker room afterwards? Like that batter that was up to bat, did they just not have faith? Like, did the coaching staff, did the team just decide like we can't count on the batter? We've got our best shot at this is going to be to steal home. And like, what would that do to the the atmosphere in the locker room? Like, oh my God, too good.
I really like I've thought about stuff like that because each action in the game ticks by over the course of say 5 seconds or so. I think it's something around there. It'll take it the next action, and that includes weather effects, right? Yeah. I do see the games are starting as well. So,
they are, yeah. So we'll keep an eye on
I'll be
things.
quick here.
Yeah. No
but I like to imagine that it's not actually happening like a steal, for example. And this is the perfect situation. There's 3 balls, 3 strikes, but like that play could have been they throw, I don't know if it was 3 balls, 2 strikes, they throw it, the batter swings, misses, but it's a pass ball, it's a wild pitch.
Right.
And then the batter steals home. And so it's like it ticks, there's the strike, and then somebody's thrown out at home as the next action, but it could all be one play. Like
you're right, you're right.
Because you can play this in your head any number of ways, but it could be that where there's a pass ball and then the catcher, sprints back, picks it up, throws it to the pitcher who then tags him out at home, and like it was almost panic the other way, right? Like instead of being like, oh, they didn't trust the batter, so they sent the guy home and then he lost and like everybody's depressed about it. It's like, no, maybe it was a pass ball and then the team, the defensive team is panicking and everybody's like, oh no, he's gonna steal home. And then it's a clutch play by the catcher to get it back to the pitcher. It's like I just love the idea that it could be any sort of way this because it doesn't tell us the situation.
Yeah,
we just know the fact of there's someone here and they stole this base or they tried to steal this base and was thrown out.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, like the both of those stories are great. Like I love that. It lets
you and lets the people, the lore creators kind of fill in the blanks here, with any sort of scenario and what could have happened. The peanuts being involved, like he stole this base and then a stray peanut and he had an allergic reaction. Like it's just like all of this could be one continuous play. Like and then after the peanut he tries to steal again and gets thrown out. Well, had he not eaten the peanut or had he thought it was yummy instead of being allergic, what could have happened then? It's like I don't know. It's absolutely it's spectacular. It is
spectacular.
I can't say anything, but a friend of mine linked this to me on the Tuesday of season 1. So we had been, we had, less than 30 games in at this point, and it was like my whole life has changed since then.
No, that's the thing. Like I woke up this morning, like my graph of excitement for Blaseball is basically like 0, 0, 0, 2, and then it just spiked into 10 like an hour and a half ago. Like I was like some of the people I follow on Twitter are like fans of it, and so I'll get beautifully out of context like tweets, which I guess now I'm a part of. It's just like, oh my God, Jessica telephone, can she be stopped? Like, stuff like that just all the time, and it's the best. I'm deeply susceptible to like lore, like lore that I have no context for. So this is pretty much tailor made for me to get addicted to it. But yeah, so we've got game 1 of this, I guess, semifinals. Best of 5 series. Got the Lovers versus the Millennials, the Pies versus the Tigers. I also love the fact, by the way, that there's a good league and an evil league, and then both of those are divided into lawful and chaotic sections. Yes. Miguel Wheeler is a single rubber tire with a Blaseball bat tied to one side. It is piloted by an unknown number of rats, which run on the inside of the tire. Like, how can you not love this sport? It's the best. It's the greatest game on earth.
Absolute unadulterated madness.
It's glorious. It's beautiful. I also love. I didn't even catch that earlier, but like you can see the teams that have the 4-strike blessing have the actual like the three ticks for their strikes. Like, oh my god, so good.
It's some good stuff. Oh shoot, there was something else that I wanted to say and I can't remember. I lost it.
Oh, sorry.
We mentioned briefly. I think before I jumped in the call with you, you mentioned the Pies winning a third championship and ascending Blaseball as a whole.
Yes.
I can't believe that they're doing it. Right? Like they won the first one. And the first season, if you recall, the first season they were the 8th seed. They were the 8th seed, won the whole thing, and then stole the best batter in the league. I think it was stolen from them after, or the best pitcher, or something like. You're right, but like they won the whole thing and then got like some ridiculous blessings. So season 2 they were monsters, and they ran through the whole of season 2, and like all of season 1. By the way, they went completely undefeated. Okay, then they lost 0 games in the postseason.
Jesus Christ!
So they came in the 8th seed and then never lost in the postseason. They won every single game, and it's like, can they be stopped? Who knows, right? Season 2, they made it back to the postseason. It's like nobody's beaten them in the postseason. Are they just going to do this whole thing?
Yeah.
And then they did. They lost 1 game to the Shoe Thieves, and so they've up until now they've only ever lost 1 game in the postseason. Now it's postseason 3. They're here again, and they've lost a few, but they clutched it out against like the Moist Talkers. You had it.
We were so close. We were so close.
Right? Like it's just like
heartbreaker.
No.
Yeah, thank you for rubbing salt in the wound. But I don't disagree that it's not an amazing story. Like, and again, it makes you say stuff like, again, like the Moist Talkers really had to close it out in 3. Like if it went, or they had to close it out in 4 games. If it went to 5th game, you know, our pitching roster is not that deep. We've got some serious like holes in our pitchers lineup, so it was always going to leave things to chance, right? They had to close it out early, and maybe that pressure was just too much for the team, right? They couldn't close it out. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So Seth Adams in the chat. I've been rooting for the Tigers since last season. This is a pretty important series for us since we swiped Jessica Telephone from the Pies after last season. So that was the. Yeah. So this is a revenge match here between the Pies and the Tigers. I didn't realize there was a lot of history here between these two.
I sure hope the Tigers can put this away in 3. I don't want to give the Pies any chance because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what happens when Blaseball ascends.
Exactly. What happens if Blaseball and the Pies ascend during the discipline era? Like, does that change anything? Right? Like what are the consequences? We've opened some doorway. We better close it before we open another one, is all I'm saying. But so far, yeah, Tigers ahead by 1. We were at the top of the 3rd here with the Pies up to bat. And looks to be soon closing things up. And there we go. Immediately goes down to the bottom. Tigers again up at bat. So Tigers and just want to look at the standings. So Tigers are the leads in their division, the lawful evil division, or the evil division as a whole, right? 70-29. Pies, I guess, tied for next closest between Pies and Moist Talkers, but the Tigers seem to have been just on an absolute tear this last season. My God, look at that lineup. Good Lord. Fish Summer, Landry Violence, Jessica Telephone. Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what it takes to make the Pies the underdogs.
Really outrageous. Look, Moody Cookbook, if you see on there, on their team, Moody Cookbook, if you, it was the player that was the worst on their team at the end of season 1 that was randomized twice because they were still the worst after being randomized, um, and have since received significant boosts.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I think they got a percentage team boost for something at the end of season 2. I have it pulled up. Give me 1 second here.
Jessica Telephone wielding the dial tone? Jessica has a named bat?
She got that at the end of season 1 when she was maxed.
Oh.
So and they refer to it as the dial tone because of her last name, right? And that's
Yeah.
since has become fact and
Yeah,
not just
100%.
lore. It's good stuff, man. They've even made a Twitter account for her. So, twitter.com/JessTelephone. She tweets about the games.
Does Jessica Telephone also have a gunblade?
Yeah.
Oh,
She got
okay.
that's what she was at the end of
Good Lord.
at the end of season 1. She was gifted the legendary bat, the dial tone. And then the Pies stole her. She played for the Stakes. She played for the Stakes, and they won the Blessing max hitter.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The Stakes boosted her to the maximum, gave her the dial tone, and then the Pies said, "I'll take that."
Amazing. And yeah, Tigers running away from with this first game in the series, already up 4-0. Blasting away. Oh, thank you for joining us, Arashi. Really good. Thank you so much for sharing some of the lore that you have. I really appreciate it. Glad you had a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. So if you look at the election, or I'll keep the game up, but I'll just tell you, if you look through the blessings, there is no maximize hitter. So there was, at the end of season 1 for the elections, there was legendary bat, which was the one that was awarded to. It was just called max out hitter is what it was called.
Okay.
But that was the lore has turned it into she received the dial tone. Season 2 had the gunblade bat.
Okay.
That was given to York Silk for the Hawaii Fridays. So he's got a maximum bat as well. They call it the vibe check.
Of course they do. God, that's good. God, that's good.
They're the Hawaii Fridays, right? So it fits there. There is none now. I think the closest thing. Let me go back to it again. There is Bloodlust is one of the blessings, and it maxes the stats of a random player on your team.
Yep.
Which could be that, but I want to say that the randomize maximize the stats of a random player on your team, maximize the hitting stats for somebody last season as well, but they don't have a legendary bat. Man, I've got the lore page pulled up, and I'm just going to read this real quick. Legendary bats are a class of powerful thwacking instruments forged by Blaseball gods in response to the fans' collective wishes, and then in parentheses, and arcade tickets when the time is right and the grass is green. Their functionality varies from case to case. For example, gunblade bats use an explosive charge to accelerate the bat for extreme power on the swing. Others seem to have an intelligence of their own, whether through an advanced machine learning processor or a bound spirit. Recently uncovered records suggest that the original prime bat was used to hit the first pitch. The whereabouts of the prime bat are unknown, though rumors speak of a blackened sharp rod in the collection of the Blaseball Commissioner. Whenever a player wields a legendary bat, they have maximized hitting statistics. Currently, legendary bats can only enter the game of Blaseball through blessings. Another thing I want to mention, by the way, because I'm reading some of this, I'm saying these words out loud.
Yeah.
But Blaseball, there's an ongoing meme where people say, "How do you pronounce Blaseball?" Because is it Blaseball? Is it Blaseball? Is it Blaseball? Right? There's a number of ways you could read this, but the response always, because this is entirely text based, the response always in text is it's pronounced Blaseball, and you just spell it out Blaseball, right? And so providing no clarification.
Beautiful.
There's another thing that happens with the Society of Internet Baseball Research. It's the name that the quote hackers have given themselves, the people who are doing data mining on the database. But it's SIBR, and it's how do you pronounce SIBR, right? And it's pronounced SIBR. It's the same thing. It's just they spell it out and provide no clarification. And I just love the stonewalled approach that's taken.
It's beautiful. Every part of it is like, again, like it's such a beautiful marriage of like arcane sports nonsense with like shipping like artists onto like Twitter artists like shipping and like world creation like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And man, this match between the lovers and the millennials is really staying really close. I think the Tigers, I mean, at this point, it's really going to take a miracle for the Pies with their batting lineup to make much of anything in this first game, I think, against the Tigers. So I've kind of stopped paying attention to what's happening in that game. But lovers millennials,
yeah,
1-1.
Yeah, the Tigers lineup, their hitting lineup is spectacular, and the Pies, quite frankly, do not have a great pitching staff.
Yeah.
So I think that this one might be where we finally see the Pies take a loss across the series in the postseason. Lovers millennials, by the way, both of those teams have the 4th strike decree.
Right. Yeah.
Which is why it's so close, I think.
I think, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Yeah, because it looks like Kichiro Guerrera and Knight Urlacher are really the standout batters for the Lovers. Everybody else, you know, a broadly average, a strong average team. Only Kennedy Meh, appropriately named, with the one star batter. Whereas yeah, the millennials have a very solid roster across the board, just a bit stronger, I think, in terms of their batting power. And I mean, you if you name one of your team members Dominic Marijuana, like, how do you not root for that guy? Like, what a beautiful sport this is, and really solid pitching lineup as well. Just two, like, worst being twos across the board. Just a very solid team.
Here's some extra funny lore that I know that you will appreciate. The Lovers have a player, Knight Urlacher, you just referenced here.
Mm-hmm.
He is he achieved the title of Knight because he is the only person known to venture into Hellmouth and live to tell the tale. I don't know the full details of it, but something like that. And then the Lovers, the team, the San Francisco Lovers. I don't know how you pronounce this. Polycule.
Oh, Polycule. Yeah.
Yeah, Polycule. The Lovers as a team is a Polycule.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
Right? Yeah, it's incredible. The Chicago Firefighters have a player on their team named Baby Urlacher, right? And Knight Urlacher is the father of Baby Urlacher, but Baby Urlacher is also just the Polycule is collectively is the parent, right? By way of the player Knight Urlacher.
Right.
So,
right. So, you know, it's always gonna be a little bit tense when those teams face off, because it's fantastic.
The baby also uses me, Mer for their pronouns, right?
Okay.
Or for
beautiful.
So it's no more than 9 months of age, I believe, but unknown exactly. The appearance alters based on how they are seen by each fan.
Right. Legendary child, legendary Blaseball child.
Yeah, Daniel, exactly. Um, but it's all some of like because of the I guess the name generator they use, they have some similar last names, and so that leads to some extra lore that I think is always funny because
Yeah, it's fantastic.
um
I love, for
another
instance, sorry, I love, for
good
instance, that there are two players on the San Francisco Lovers with the first name Helga, which is just great. Like this.
yeah. Um, the Flowers, like I said, we got swept by the Flowers in season one
Mhm,
playoffs,
mhm.
and one of the pitchers they have King Weatherman is his name, which is an incredible
It's
name.
an
Um,
amazing name.
um, the Yellowstone Magic as a team, and all of the fans collectively, we have a conspiracy theory that he is somehow manipulates the weather, and makes it to where he's unbeatable when he plays in Yellowstone Park, and we hate him for it. It is untrue. It is entirely untrue,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
denies all. But like it's with the mysticism involved in our team, we know something's up.
yeah.
We can just
100%.
we know magic when we see it, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
saying
yeah. It's like, don't try to con a con man, you know. And oh my god, in a stunning upset, the Pies have somehow managed to take the lead in their first game against the Tigers, 5-4. Now the bottom of the seventh. Like, this is the team that just does not quit. Like, you can never count out the Pies, is what I'm learning.
just you wait. The Tigers starting their batting. They've got quite a few spectacular hitters up in the next few batters.
They do. I'm just continuously impressed because, so like, my betting strategy, because I haven't ever done this before. I just looked at the pitchers, right, of the two
Mhm.
teams that were starting out in the first game, and just looked like, okay, if one of them is clearly worse, then I feel like the other team's probably gonna take it, because you would assume, like, the worse the pitcher is, if there's a strong imbalance in the pitchers, then regardless of how the imbalance in the batting lineup goes, they're gonna take it. But somehow, Ruslan greatness just absolutely holding it down. Incredible.
We're up on Randy Castillo now, though, which is the start of their the gauntlet for him. Oh,
Fly
look at
out.
that!
Yeah.
A fly out. He makes it out.
And just
To,
like that, the
he's gonna
Pies
get through.
are back in the offensive position, ahead one run going into the eighth. Like, it could happen. Could the Pies go all the way? Just amazing. Just incredible. And the millennials, for their part, seem to be just doomed to play continuously grindier and grindier games. We've tied up with the Lovers 1-1 since, I don't know, like the third or fourth inning. I worry about their longevity. Like, they played that immensely long game against the Stakes just in the last round. And then narrowly cleaned out, 1-0 over the Stakes to take the series 3-1. I'm just worrying about their longevity. Like if the Lovers can just outlast them, I think that's going to be their route to victory. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I'm not worried the Tigers let the Pies get the lead so we can shame them. That's I mean, look, what if you're,
Shame strats.
yeah, 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 exactly. The dreaded shame strats. I mean, look, the Tigers' regular season record, 17 games, 17 more games won than the next two closest teams. I could absolutely believe. I wouldn't believe it of any other team, but I could believe it of the Tigers, that they actually have a shame-based strategy that they're going to employ or deploy here late in the postseason. And tying it up 5-5 now, it's going to be a very tense. If the Tigers don't run up the score a bit more before we enter the ninth inning, it's going to be an incredibly tense conclusion to that game as well. Landry violence. No slouch at the plate. Fouling off, staying in there. Takes the walk. Okay, that's probably better for the Pies overall. But now we've got Jessica Telephone teed up, dial tone in hand. The stage is set. Can she come through, or will Rusline Greatness shut down the legendary ball player? Well, nerves hitting Ruslan here. 2 balls in rapid succession. Strike, 2-2. Full count. The arena holding its breath. Oh, struck out swinging. Ruslan has to be absolutely thrilled with that development. 2 outs now. We've got a runner stranded on first. Base thirst, clearly a very low stat for that player. I think Landry, and that's it. So the Pies have the best possible shot, I feel like, to make something of this last inning. Eduardo Woodman stepping up to plate. And just as quickly walking back to the dugout in shame. Beasley Day.
Oh, there's no shame yet.
No, that's true. not we have to differentiate between, actual factual yeah, it is looking like the Tigers may be going for a devastating shame play here.
Well, at this point, this is a side effect of the way that shame functions. Any game that goes to extra innings and ends with the home team winning is a shame game.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Because if it's tied, like right now, if the Tigers score, they go up and the Pies must finish.
That's
and so
right.
the game will enter the shame state. So unless the Pies' only way to avoid shame is to win at this point, because they've let it go to the bottom of the ninth, tied.
Yeah. I think unfortunately, the best that the Pies could have done with this pitching lineup and against this team, but we might be going to extra innings here. 2 outs already, just as quickly as we exchange those few words. 2 balls now, 3 balls, running up the count. Oh no,
he's on base.
He's on base.
You'll see the managed to edge out the Millennials there and score a run late in the 7th or 8th inning. They scored 1 to steal that one. But
we've got a very thrilling conclusion, something very exciting possible conclusion here. If the Pies can hold the Tigers to this 5-5 just for a little while longer, get that 1 out, they can push it to extra innings and try to take the set.
And much like what you saw with the Moist Talkers, if the Pies can steal this game, the Tigers have their 2 worst pitchers up next. And so it could bode well for them that they, if they get out of this one, they've got the 2 easiest pitchers they'll have to face.
Right.
For games 2 or 3, and they might be able to take a quick sweep there.
Oh my God. You know what? I kind of want the Pies to lose just because, they beat the Moist Talkers, and I want revenge. But at the same time, I can't deny it's very hard not to root for the underdogs here. And there we go. The Pies, Elvis Figueroa. Let me just get that name correctly there. Elvis Figueroa hitting the solo home run, taking the Pies up 6-5, and no outs yet. So we still got Peanut Holloway hitting the single. I feel like the Pies fans are just munching peanuts as hard as possible, trying to make something happen. Moody Cookbook. What a great, again, the names are top notch. The names are absolutely fantastic. Okay. 1-1 here. Nolan Estofia Patterson. I had to do several run-ups mentally for that name. Wow, hits a single, gets on base. The Pies, man. Like, is there some kind of like grit stat? Because the Pies have to have it like maxed out. It's just...
I think there is. I think there's also a stat for when we were looking at it before. I think there's one of them that's like continuation or something like that, where like, you know, the momentum stat, and maybe Famous Owens has a low one.
Yeah.
Also, Sophia Patterson, that's how you pronounce that name. The Nolan, the E, and all three T's. Or sorry, or Sophia Parson. Sophia Parson is how you pronounce her name there.
Oh, tragedy there, as unfortunately with 2 runners on, 2 outs. It was a ground out, I believe. Kennedy Cena hitting that ground out. Not able to extend the lead more than a single run, and immediate runner on first. Ruslan, it's got to be sweating bullets. Just absolutely. The fate of the Pies playoff run resting on those narrow shoulders.
Holding on.
Yeah. Landry Violence.
Have you ever seen this many birds?
Okay. Holds it to a single, but things are getting very tense. We've got two runners on now. And Jessica Telephone.
Wielding the dial tone. She can do.
Whoa, Jessica. Oh no.
There it
is that that's it?
Game is over.
I lost both of my bets. My God. What a sport. What an incredible sport.
Spectacular.
Fantastic. All right, well, I am probably going to call it there and continue watching this on my own. I might do some tweets. Probably will do some tweets. But if I spend any longer watching this, I know I'm going to regret it in the evening. So thank you so much again, Rinsler, for joining me and sharing so much of your knowledge of the game and your love of the game.
We'll see you next time, Juice.
Absolutely. All right. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for following along. Please enjoy the cultural event known as Blaseball. And yeah, go place your bets. This thing is ridiculous and it's wonderful and you should totally get involved. All right. Peace.